The country is mourning former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid. The Nevada Democrat died yesterday after a 4-year battle with pancreatic cancer. He was 82 years old. Reid, nicknamed the Lion of the Senate, was known as one of the toughest deal makers in Congress for more than 3 decades. He played a key role in passing former President Barack Obama's signature piece of legislation, the Affordable Care Act, in 2010. Reid retired from public office in 2016. Major Garrett shares more about his legacy.
Harry Reid, a son of the West, the most powerful Democratic leader in that state's history, was not built for television in the modern political era, but he was built for legislative fights, and he won more than he lost.
I didn't make it in life because of my athletic prowess. I didn't make it because of my good looks. I didn't make it because I'm a genius. I made it because I worked hard.
Those words spoken to be the key to success by a man who embodied what hard work and tenacity truly means. Harry Reid earned a reputation as one of the toughest lawmakers in Congress.
The deal doesn't have to be a fight. There's a simple path forward. Just put all 4 bills together, bring them to the floor.
A former amateur boxer, he brought a willingness to draw partisan blood and famously carried the motto, "I would rather dance than fight, but I know how to fight."
Republicans were willing to do anything to take health care away from millions of people. Scores of votes to repeal it. What a waste of the taxpayers' time.
Reid grew up in the small town of Searchlight, Nevada, in a cabin with no indoor plumbing. He had to hitchhike 40 miles to attend high school, where he met his wife, Landra Gould.
She's been the being of my existence in my personal life and my public life.
Reid was elected to the House in 1982, rising to the heights of power, serving as Senate Majority Leader in 2007. Over his 34-year congressional career, Reid was behind many landmark Democratic victories, pushing through a sweeping economic stimulus after the Great Recession, and Reid played a significant role in passing the Affordable Care Act, which he later described as his favorite but hardest fight in the Senate.
I want the people of the state of Nevada to know that I am so grateful, and I have done my best. I haven't been perfect, but I've really tried my hardest.
Reid also concentrated power in his leadership office in ways that even Lyndon Johnson might admire. He also created a legacy dealing with the federal bench, intensifying an already deep partisan divide over the future of that third branch of government. Bradley, back to you.
Major, thank you. And for more on Senator Reid's legacy, Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak joins me by phone. Governor, thank you for joining us. We know that you worked with Senator Harry Reid. What was your relationship like with him?
I had a tremendous relationship with the senator. We've been good friends. He's been a mentor, a teacher, a friend, a father figure to me. He was just everything you could ask for in a friend.
How would you describe his character, his personality? What kind of person was he?
He was straightforward, soft-spoken, but you knew that he could handle any situation that came up. I remember one of my first interactions with the senator, probably 15, 20 years ago. I called him up for some advice, and I asked him a question. I said, "Senator, what do I do?" And I don't remember the specific question. And he gave me the answer, and then the line went dead. So I call him back. I go, "Senator, I think we got disconnected. I'm sorry." He goes, "No, I was done." He was just that kind of a person. He was just absolutely incredible, and he had such an amazing impact on the state of Nevada and the people that live here and the country as a whole that we are forever indebted and grateful for his service. And he's got a wonderful family, Landra and 5 kids, and they've been an integral part of my relationships and also our community.
Governor, we know he talked a lot about his upbringing in that small town, Searchlight, Nevada. How do you think that shaped him as a politician? We know he brought it to Washington.
He did. He never forgot where he came from. And if those of you who are watching know Searchlight, if you blink, you drive through it and you don't realize that you did miss it. He's got a school there named after him. It's got one room for all the grades. It's a very small school. It's a small town, but it symbolizes Senator Reid. I remember when I was at the county commission and we put a McDonald's there with a drive-through. I mean, there was an outrage that they would bring this to such a small town like Searchlight. But the senator never forgot his roots, where he came from, and he never forgot the people. He never forgot the people of Nevada, and it was the little guy that the senator often picked a fight for. He knew the powerful, influential people certainly in the state, but it was the little people that he really represented well and that loved him so dearly.
You know, we remember Senator Reid as being famous for being an avid partisan, but also a deal maker. Governor, can you discuss his legacy on the national stage, but also for folks there in the state of Nevada?
Yeah, Senator, when he said it, that, he became as effective as he was because of his hard work, that's absolutely true. And, he always advised me and he counseled me, try to make a deal. Don't get into a fight you don't want to get into, but if you get into a fight, get into a fight to win about any type of an issue. But he believed that there was always common ground, there was always room to compromise, and everybody could come away with a little bit of a victory out of it. And I think that's what he tried to implant for those of us that he mentored and taught along the way, and for his constituency. I mean, they cared about specific issues. He was instrumental with the Affordable Care Act and stopping Yucca Mountain coming to Nevada are just two of the big ones. And I was honored just 2 weeks ago. We changed the name, thank goodness, to the Clark County Commission, changed the name of our international airport to Harry Reid International Airport. And he called me that day. That was the last time I spoke to him, just to say thank you. Just absolutely a tremendous gentleman, and he will never be replaced in Nevada. It'd be impossible.
What amazing timing there, naming that when he could still know about it and enjoy that honor. Governor, you mentioned how he mentored other politicians. Former President Barack Obama called Reid a great leader and said that he wouldn't have been president if it weren't for Reid's encouragement and support. Do you know anything about their relationship? What was it like, and how influential was Reid in President Obama's legacy?
I knew that he was very important to President Obama. Their relationship was close. In fact, the last election, all of the candidates were coming to Searchlight and to Henderson to visit the senator and try to get his blessing. I certainly wouldn't have been governor without Senator Reid's, advice and counsel along the way. And I think a lot of elected officials in Nevada owe their careers to the senator for the fact that he was able to guide and to counsel. And he was a nonpartisan guy, but he was partisan when he needed to be. And that's the kind of thing that, really made him rise above everybody else. But he had a close relationship with anyone. I'd have an issue as governor and say, Senator, what do I do about this? He says, well, I'll call the president, or I'll call this person, or I'll call that person for you. He was always willing to step in and help in any way possible, and that's going to be greatly missed.
Senator Reid was leader when Democrats were in the majority and in the minority, but we know that he advocated for Democrats to eliminate one of the most powerful tools for the minority, the filibuster. Why do you think that was?
Well, I think at the time he thought it was the right thing to do. He thought that it was in the best interest of the country and made that decision. And in hindsight, I don't know if he'd have done that. But, he won more battles and made one more right than wrongs. I mean, he didn't win every single thing that he got into, but he never stopped fighting. He never stopped putting forward the best fight. And he was just a gracious individual. He was gracious in victory and he was gracious in defeat. And he was involved in some tight races in his U.S. Senate posts. But he worked very hard. When he said he had a work ethic, he had a work ethic like no one I've ever met. I mean, the man started early, he worked late, and he would attend every single event and shake every single hand of somebody that wanted to say hello to him.
You've mentioned so much, Governor, but is there anything in particular that you think current members of Congress could learn from Senator Reid?
I think it was the biggest thing that he didn't make it personal. He found good he tried to find good in everybody. And he was passionate about his stance on various issues, but he wanted to move the ball forward, win or lose. He wanted to move the ball forward and get on to the next issue. And he didn't stand for gridlock because he thought if you could work hard enough, you could get through the gridlock. And unfortunately, right now, we're facing some gridlock and a lot more hyper-partisanship than we ever had before. And I think that was opposite of the way the senator tried to work. He tried to bring people on board, whether it was a majority leader, the minority leader. He tried to come up with a compromise so that everybody felt like they came away with something, and we all ended up better as a result.
Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak, thank you for your memories of Senator Reid this morning.
It is a pleasure and an honor, and he will be greatly missed. And Kathy and my hearts go out to Lander and to his children, his family.
Thank you.